welcome to EVE Online. Just a quick check to see if I can turn on my lasers and be a retriever in space as an alpha.
Skill training completed.
So I just trained up mining 4, which is apparently the only requirement to turning on these. I'll just turn on 1. I don't need to do the whole shebang. I'll turn the other one on later. It'll drain cap, but you don't need to dock to repair a cap, so... Holy crap. I'm shocked they haven't figured this out yet. Why did they not make strip miners Omega only? Just wasn't an oversight way back then, you know? I wonder what the thinking was. They probably just didn't pay attention. But yeah, you have a fully fledged alpha outside of the expert system using this. Now it's 4.6 meters per second. I don't think there's any way of increasing that because, well, you can't raise the ship skill because you don't even have the skill for mining barge. So yeah, there you go. Compare that to your average venture, and yeah, the issue with mining in something like this is that it's 3 minutes long, and you have to start getting really good at deciding when you're going to. Let's get rid of this volume here. When you're going to actually... Oh, wait. The wrong thing. It's pretty funny. So you'll just have to decide, okay, when am I going to cycle out of this? And it would be best to mine 2 at once, so you can really keep an close eye on when you need to cycle your laser in order to make sure you're not running dry. And that's the biggest hit on your efficiency. But yeah, I'm fairly sure this won't last long. Give it about a year before they figure it out. I am not going to go cap in hand to these a-holes. If they made a system and they didn't figure this shite out and nobody else is telling them, well, I'm not going to be the noble person to go up to them and say, oh, hey, you know, it's just... Normally I would, but I am so sick of CCP and the way it's gone. And the fact this is the 10th year anniversary of the Summer of Rage, and they can go shove it as far as I'm concerned. There's no looking back on history. There's no what did we learn? Did we improve? Are we actually paying attention? Are we actually paying attention to the player base? Does the CSM represent anything? What good has the CSM done? You know, stuff like that. So yeah, they can go F themselves. I don't really care if people exploit this, and I'm certainly not promoting this. I'm sure the people out there who are exploiting this aren't telling a damn soul. So yeah, it's just an interesting bit of trivia to me that means nothing. I mean, I won't be using it. I know anybody watching this channel is most likely a Omega, because most of my videos are viewed, the most views are either about the Orca and AFK multiple account AFK mining in an Orcas, or the Evo preview for multiple Omega accounts. So I am not the channel to broadcast to alphas, and I don't care. But yeah, CCP disgusts me. The fact that they've screw the pooch on this is like, yeah, okay, some enterprising alpha figures it out. Good for them. You know, if you've got multiple entities, aka different computers, you could run multiple alpha counts. But why are you wasting your life? Go play another game. Honestly. Yeah. If you're going to be alpha play, if you're going to play the game for free in an alpha, just use one accountant and have fun occasionally and realize the game is just a screensaver with a built-in chat function, and go find another game. I'm playing Stellaris right now. I think I'll go and try Elite Dangerous at some point. It's just the learning curve for that is probably a bit steep, and I'm not really interested, but I will try it out. But yeah, I realize this game is just a built-in. It's compared this to Elite Dangerous. Yeah, the first time I warped to an asteroid belt, I was like, what? That's it? There's no relation to the planet? The curve of the belt? It just looks so idiotic. You warp to it and you're like, wait, this is just a segment of a belt. What's going on? You're like, what? It makes no aesthetic sense. You're like, you know, so yeah, I'll definitely go check out Elite Dangerous. Yeah, just why the hell would you play this stupid 2003 piece of shit game that's not being really improved in the core of it, you know? Ooh, we added anomalies, yeah, but you removed them from HiSec, so and the HiSec anomalies are just crap anyway, so it's like, and they didn't make any sense, and they looked they looked even more stupid than the belts. And it was like, because the belts at least have some personality between them. Oh, CCP. Yeah, my conscience wants me to go report this as a bug, but I don't even think the idiots at CCP will even recognize what I'm even talking about, you know? They were like, well, it's working as intended. There's nothing wrong with the expert system, and there's nothing wrong with the barges, so what's he talking about? I don't understand. What's going on? So yeah, I have low respect for their intelligence. Bunch of idiots. So yeah, if you want to mine at 9.2 meters, cubic meters a second, and have a world of, what, almost a jet can, and then you could have your buddy or another entity come in with a myosmos, which is, you know, limited, like what, 40 something cubic cubic meters, but that's enough to scoop this, so it would take quite a while to fill this hold, and you'd have to be careful. Yeah, I mean, would it be worth it? Probably, if you're an alpha character. Totally. I mean, why wouldn't you do this? It just wouldn't make any sense to do it otherwise. But it would take a little bit of intelligence to avoid efficiency downfalls when you're running dry, and yeah. Yeah, totally. But who among us would do it? I mean, I'm not. I just did it out of curiosity. But if you're pouring this much into a game, just pay for your subscription and have fun if you're enjoying the game. I mean, honestly, if you're going to play it for a while, why not, right? It's amazing to me that I am in effect paying the company, because I play with 6 accounts and pay for it, but I do it smart like, so I probably pay like maybe $60 a month ish, say $50 a month Canadian, or probably I think that's US. So $50 a month US, roughly. So that's paying CCP for an entire, like, as if I was buying an entirely new game every month. And I've played it for over a dozen years. So you gotta think, to me, this is not a new game. This is the same bullshit asteroid belt, the same icons and the same inability to really customize my UI, same crap overview, the same crap chat channels. Why can't I just, why can't I block Jita? Just an absolute ton of stuff that I just do not think is, like, the fleet system. What the hell were you thinking? Like, when they initially did it, I thought this was a really stupid idea. You better do this to make it worthwhile, but it's just... And apparently the regular fleets that show up are just advertisements, for corp recruiting. It's not being utilized because it's not useful. If you're confused by the game and you need help, fleeting up is just another layer of confusion on confusion. Jesus. Yeah, wow. Just, I haven't played for a while, so I'm looking at it with fresh eyes, and it's like, there's no motivation for me to go mining anymore. I barely hang into the game. And you think, oh, it's like, you've invested so much time, why aren't you still playing? You've got all this, you've got capital ships, you've got, all these stuff. Why aren't you enjoying the game now that you're at top tier? And it's like, well, have you ever seen Ed TV or The Truman Show? It's just this flick of the channel. It's like, play another game. So Eve's not dying. I'm just sick of it. There is the way the dev team has approached the game for over a dozen years doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence that they're going to fix it for the better. The fact that they don't even understand their game enough, that's why I'm not telling them, is you do not understand your game enough to even understand that there's an exploit just sitting there. That's not insulting your intelligence. You're insulting my intelligence. It's like, here is a development team that has a dozen year plus old game and doesn't give a flying fig about understanding the game enough to realize, oh, hey, this is a huge exploit. Maybe we better close it by just simply making the strip miner Omega status. But no. It's just, you can only fit these things to ships that have Omega requirements. It's what went through your brain initially to not make it Omega for the Deck 1 version, It's just, It's like that drone AI thing with the PvP versus PvE thing and high and low sec. You know, that your drones will not go for PvP targets using assist or guard in low or high, but will and null. You know, this kind of catering to the nullsec blob and PvP and ganking and basically being a dick is like, you're a bunch of dicks. You don't have my loyalty. I don't give a damn about you. And honestly, I don't think they're dealing with this or even conceive of dealing with it, because it doesn't pad their bottom line. You know, it doesn't interfere with padding their bottom line. They go, if I would approach them with this problem, they would go, what's wrong with that? They just spent $450. That would be the entirety of the thought, and it would stop there. So that kind of greedy, idiotic mentality of, screw you, we love our bottom line metrics, blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, okay, I just wasted my time there. And so I don't feel like reporting this to them and then being treated like lint, basically, like total disrespect. You know, it's like, screw these guys. So yeah. But this is not an advertisement to do it, because I know alphas won't be watching this channel. You know, how the hell would they find out about my channel? So this is just an insight into the brainlessness of CCP. It's just a sad side note to a sad game that I still play occasionally. I've got friends in it. And, yeah, I've lost more friends because they've left the game than... Yeah, but you still make new friends, right? Yeah, it's such a paranoid lace game. Yeah, it's just a sad state of affairs. But, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, this would be the reality of exploiting a solar system. You would have these kinds of experiences, you know? I mean, the friends who've unsubbed would be the astronauts who had an accident and never came back, you know? So it does feel lonely, but space is supposed to, you know, you get the concept of a belter experience in science fiction as a lonely existence. You know, dirty, lonely, you know, not very lucrative. You know, so it's enjoyable for that, for the role play, but yeah, after a dozen years, I'm like, yeah, I want to try something else. But yeah, I'll probably come back to it, because it's really hard to find a MMO with a persistent universe. You know, so if I don't think Elite Dangerous can provide that. But yeah, I'll keep looking. The ones I've seen so far aren't blowing my skirt up, so I'll probably come back to this game eventually, you know, because it is fun to roleplay somebody exploiting the solar system resources, you know, and all I have to do is pay CCP a month to pretend to do so, so I'm happy with that. Cheers, guys.